bring love into the world.
I bring love into the world.
I bring love into the world.
I bring love into the world.
Won't you sing? Won't you sing with me now? I sing love into the world. Again. Won't you sing with me now? Oh, that was so beautiful. Thank you all so much. We're going to hear from Pablo Cardenas, and then we'll come back and we'll sing that whole thing again. Please take a moment to say hi to your neighbor, dance around the room as you feel so inspired to do. Maybe we can come back and sing that together. Here we go. I sing love into the world.
I sing love into the world.
Yes, I sing love into the world.
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 Won't you sing with me now? I sing love into the world. Won't you sing with me now? Let's do that again. Won't you sing? Won't you sing with me now? One more time. Won't you sing with me now? Wow, thank you everyone. That was beautiful.
Woo! The Elevate Trio, Mr. Pablo Cardenas on piano, John Mossie guesting tonight on bass, and Kelby MacNayr on vocals and drums. And the VTC Community Choir in the seats, give yourselves a hand. All right, fantastic. Well, thank you for being here. You guys feel so far away today for some reason. I think it's because we have the tables, and there are fewer tables, and there isn't someone here in the middle. But anyway, hello, everybody out there and way out in YouTube land. Thank you for joining us on the live stream. All right, so I think I know the answer to this question, but is there anyone here on a Wednesday for the first time? No. All right. So thank you, everyone, for being here. I mean, I'm seeing some people that I haven't seen in a long time, so welcome back. And welcome to everyone who's tuning in to the live stream on YouTube. That is something that if you can't make it here in person, you can do, okay? VTC's YouTube channel, we're streaming live on Wednesday evenings and on Sunday mornings. So what is it that we're doing? What is it that we're live streaming and sending out to the world? Why is it that we come together to this place on these dates at these times? Well, basically, we come together to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to remember that love is all there is, right? And so love can go by many, many different names. Some people call it spirit, some call it source, some call it nature, creativity, energy, the quantum field, sometimes God. Whatever word or phrase or even like feeling you use to describe it is way less important than actually embodying and experiencing this thing that is the very essence, that is the very beingness, the very inception of everyone and everything. It is our time together right now. It is the beautiful music that we just heard. It is the music that came out of our bodies through our voices that we just experienced. It is this incredible, amazing, divine, energetic flow that is forever moving and grooving in, through, and as everyone and everything, unfolding and unleashing itself in, through, and as everyone and everything all the time. And so each and every one of us is that. And not just a little and not just sometimes, but all of it all the time. And so our work here is to come together, remind ourselves of that, remind each other of that, so that we can become more automatic in showing up as that more easily, more joyfully, more frequently, more fully every moment of every day. So how does that sound on a Wednesday here at VTC? Yes? Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Liz, keeping me on my toes. Let us remember where it is that we are doing this elevating. Here we go. All right, that we are coming together in gratitude and humility on Lekwungen territorial land, the land of the Songhees and Esquimalt nations, whose enduring stewardship of the land, sky, sea sustains all life that flows through here. We honor their profound reverence for the energies of these sacred spaces. What a blessing, gift, and privilege it is to be able to live and breathe and work and play and co-create in the shared spirit of harmony, respect, and love on these sacred lands. May our community uphold this legacy of care and interconnectedness that the Lekwungen peoples have and continue to embody in all that we learn and manifest here. Haichka. All right, and so now it is time for some reflective music. And so I'm just going to pass it over to the Elevate Trio and see what happens. So just taking a few moments to notice what is happening in the body, what is happening in the room, to allow for the vibrations and the resonance of those notes and those harmonies, all of those beautiful cascading melodies, to nestle themselves just a little bit more in every single fiber of our being, activating that beauty and harmony and resonance that always lives within. And so what a gift and a blessing it is to be on the receiving end in community of such beauty and artistry, of such harmony and wonder and magic. And what a gift and a blessing it is to notice how that magic and wonder impacts every single aspect of this room, every single element of our growing community. And so for the gifts that are so lovingly shared, for the beauty and receptivity of everyone here, I am in awe of this incredible, amazing, brand spanking new now moment to come together in harmony, in love, right here, right now, knowing that as we do, not only do we remind ourselves, but we remind each other who and what we truly are. So knowing that our time together tonight is founded and grounded in love only, I simply release my word as law, knowing that tonight's Elevate is already a beautiful, brilliant, loving, and successful done deal, fully realized in the quantum field of infinite possibilities in the universal mind of God. So I release, I let go, I bask in this beautiful, harmonious flow as together we affirm, and so it is. So just holding on for a few more moments as we allow ourselves to bring into this bubble of love and presence anyone that we know who might be in need of prayer and some loving attention. Bringing in our beloved Stephanie from our community as she continues to heal and navigate from a recent health experience. Bringing in our community itself as we grow and evolve in new and exciting ways. Bringing any one of our friends, our family members, anyone that we know who requires a little bit of extra attention. And let's just focus our attention on that wholeness, allness, and wellness of their being for just a few silent moments. I invite us all to receive a big cleansing breath in and release. Gently opening your eyes, coming back into the room, moving around a little bit. And if you would like to express your appreciation for the band, please do so. Pablo Cardenas on piano, John Mossie on bass, and Kelby MacNayr on drums. Thank you, that was so beautiful. And thank you for your presence and your consciousness, because it just wouldn't be the same experience if everyone wasn't as fully present as everyone was here today. So thank you for that. Okay, so gentlemen, if you want to go sit down for a little bit, the feature tune is going to be after the talk now. So we're moving into... And I just, before we go, Honey Bunch, am I with this all night long, or is there any chance of... Okay, all right. Okay, so we're going to move into our theme for the month, which is peace. And there is this affirmation to go with, which is peace dissolves every illusion and reveals the oneness of life and living. And so for some of you, this may be new. For some of you, you will have seen it either in a newsletter or maybe last week. And so this is now an opportunity for us to lean into this theme a little bit, to open up to maybe what this affirmation is informing in our life in this moment right here, right now. And so I'm curious to know, whether you were here for meditation or not, what it is that is coming up for you right now regarding peace. So I have only one mic here, so I'm just curious to know if there's someone who would like to share something. Denise, I'm going to come over and hand you the mic, but you're going to have to come here because it's not going to extend that far.
I was meditating at home, and no, I can't do that. Okay, so I was meditating, and then peace came in my mind, and this is what happened. Peace is my anchor. Peace opens my heart with love and light. Peace is found in unity and kindness. Peace is the beautiful flow of life.
Wow. Denise, that was beautiful. Thank you. So from meditation tonight, that came out of that. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. All right. Is there anyone else who has something that they would like to bring into community? Silent, tired, introspective bunch tonight. Oh, Liz has got something. Fantastic.
Okay, well, it's a repeating theme because I too was reflecting on peace while I was meditating, just because I've had a tremendous amount of stress that has been culminating, and so my focus now is to be as mindful about releasing that, and peace was what came to mind for that, to help release.
All right, so it sounds like people are leaning into this theme for this month, which is great. I invite us all to do so. If you were here last week, then you would have heard me say during my talk that I don't know if I have ever really, truly felt inner peace, at least according to the way that David Hawkins defines it. All right, well, so last night was a Tuesday evening, and every Tuesday, most Tuesday evenings, Glenn and I meet with our Noticing Ninjas group, which is a group that has been meeting for almost 2 years at this point, which is super cool. It's a group that came out of a class that we were in a couple of years ago, and the class itself took place on Wednesday nights, so it was something that I couldn't attend, but because both Glenn and I were really interested in attending it, then our friend who was facilitating the class said, well, look, pick an evening where you guys have some time, and then I'll do an hour where we can have a discussion group on what's happening. So you guys will be like half a week behind, but at least you'll be in the class, because if you want to take it, I really want to offer an opportunity for you guys to be part of it. And so the people who attended that Monday night group, which now switched to Tuesday nights, we're still getting together, almost 2 years after this class finished, which is so cool because it's just turned out to be this really, really loving, warm, heartfelt support group to remind us all of who and what we are, and to encourage us all to really not just pay attention to that, but show up more as that no matter what is going on in our lives. And so yesterday, the question that came up at the beginning of our call was, what's one thing you know now that you didn't know 1 year ago? And for me, the thing that came up almost right away was how important, how essential, and how vital it is to be in the body, to honor what is happening in the body, and to really, really use nervous system regulation as a way of being able to expand and grow and feel safe that it's okay to do so. And so we had a really good conversation about this, and I thought this is something that really ties in nicely with the stuff I was reading in David Hawkins' book, Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender, one of my favorite books ever, in the chapter on peace. And so in that chapter, he writes, "In peace, there is no longer any conflict. There is total absence of negativity and an all-encompassing lovingness that is experienced as serenity, tranquility, timelessness, completion, fulfillment, stillness, and contentment. There is inner quiet and light, a feeling of oneness, unity, and total freedom." And so this, when I saw this, I mean, I read this and I just felt it. Like, it's almost like when you read that book, when you look at his map of consciousness, as you move from level to level to level, if you really pay attention and open up to what it is that you're reading and taking in, you can really feel the power, just like, up leveling every single time. And that power is within us, right? But I read this and I thought, even though this sounds amazing and I can open up to that, again, I just really had to sort of go, have I ever really experienced that? Truly 100%. Probably fleeting moments here and there. But I mean, even on the map of consciousness, peace is the second highest level. And he's saying, or David Hawkins says, that most people hover maybe close to the love part, but not even quite there. So here, because everyone who is coming here is in some way super conscious and intentional about their spiritual evolution to some degree, then we are alive and awake and aware enough to be vibrating at a higher level than maybe, the average person. But peace, it's still way up there, right? And so in his book, and on the map of consciousness, he writes that for the level of peace, which is the second highest level, the God view is about being. It's just all being. That's it. You don't have to remember, you don't have to look for something, you don't have to try. It's just about being, which is kind of reminiscent of what Rupert Spira talks about, right? No having to become, just be. The life view, life is perfect. The frequency on his map of consciousness resonating in the 600s, the emotion that is felt is bliss, and the process is illumination. And so he writes, though available to all of us, the state of peace is reached by very few people. The inner experience of most people is marked by constant stress. Most of the stress that results in emotional and physical disorders in our society is psychological in origin. And the whole premise of his book, Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender, is get to the emotion that is at the base of whatever it is that you are experiencing. And once you get to that emotion and you become aware of it, it no longer has any power over you. It doesn't have to try and get your attention by manifesting and demonstrating in all of these different ways of being tired or feeling sick or having some life-threatening disease or getting into a collision at the end of June, literally hitting a stone wall with your truck. Hello, that's what I did. There's all sorts of different things, all sorts of different ways that our body, that our feelings, that our psyche tries to get our attention when we suppress and repress feelings. And if we don't pay attention, they're just going to keep giving us opportunities to be reminded and awakened until we finally wake up. And when we let go of those feelings, any thought, any experience, any story, anything that came from that feeling, it just releases back into no-thingness because it doesn't matter anymore. He says the psychological programming in our society is so extensive that for most people, even relaxing and enjoying a vacation is a problem. I'm guilty of that. Guilt, I should actually be doing something right now. I should be spending my time more wisely. feeling like a failure. Oh my God, why can't I relax, right? So when stressed, energy flow is hindered, it is blocked. And so we need to surrender, we need to let go. But how? Well, this is where, for me, this entire last year, nervous system regulation really, really came into play. And it was really interesting for me because I worked in a chiropractic clinic as a chiropractic assistant for 3.5 years before coming here to be the spiritual director. But it wasn't until my husband Glenn and I went into this relaxed money program, this year-long program that we're in, where it's all about nervous system and money. And in order to expand beyond our comfort zone, in order to really, really lean into the new and the unknown, we need to know that it's safe to do so. Because if the body feels threatened, if the psyche feels threatened, if the ego feels threatened in any way, and it will when it doesn't know what's going to happen, then guess what? It's either going to be super challenging or feel impossible to grow, or if we grow, to stay there rather than bounce right back to where we were just a second ago. So there are these tools to help us regulate our nervous system so that we can signal the body and let the body know what you're feeling is okay, you're not going to die, and it's safe to grow. It's safe to not know what the next thing is that is going to happen. And so this has been a huge practice for me this entire year, not just in this course, but it's made its way into every single aspect of my life, big time post-collision, because I felt like I was losing my mind with the concussion that I was experiencing. And so there were so many days where I was weeping and crying uncontrollably, where I felt completely depressed, knowing intellectually that there are insights and lessons that are going to be revealed at some point, but right now, oh my God, I don't even know how to get through this. So I gotta, if I had two hands, I'd be showing you, I gotta regulate my nervous system. I gotta let my body know that it's okay to feel like I'm falling apart. It's okay to not know what's gonna happen. It's okay to not know how long this is gonna last. It's okay to just be present with what is. And that was like a huge lesson for me. Because in all of my years of consciousness studies, it was all about using the mind to expand, meditating, visioning, opening up to the infinite possibilities, the infinite potentiality of the quantum field. Well, that's great. But if your psyche and your ego is like, that's a threat, then it's going to be really challenging. It's going to be really hard. And then it's going to be so frustrating because you're like, I'm using my mind to do the things the way that I'm supposed to be doing them, but it's not working. So what's the problem? Well, there's these feelings, there's these stories, there's these experiences that are trapped in our body. And until we're able to truly let them go, it's going to be pretty challenging to experience something like inner peace. So the title of my talk today is Surrendering into Peace. And when I saw this picture, it made me laugh and warmed my heart. I'm not even sure what kind of animal that is. Sloth? But it looked so peaceful to me. Just like not a care in the world. I don't know if it's smiling, but it looks like it's smiling. You know, yeah, so super chill, super slow, super relaxed. Really cuddly and in real life as well. And so, yay, this made me happy and made me laugh. And I thought, I bet it's going to make some people at Elevate happy as well. So, Surrendering into Peace is the title of my talk, because in order to feel inner peace, in order to experience inner peace, in order to be able to choose inner peace, we need to feel okay to be able to do so. And so it is all about first letting go of whatever it is that is stuck in our body that is preventing us from expanding into a greater expression of who and what we are. So just a little story. When I was contracted to work here 2 plus years ago, this community, this organization, which is over 100 years old, it's been around for over a decade. not a decade, a century, this community was on the verge of closing down. And so the reason that they wanted someone to come in was to revive it, was to enliven it, was to make it more relevant, make it more dynamic, so that it could grow and so that it didn't have to close down. So that the legacy of the people that had worked so many decades to keep it going, the legacy of Emma Smiley, who was the founder of it in the 1930s, that all of that could still keep on going. Well, imagine that for a brand new ministerial graduate just out of ministerial school. Yay for a project, but also an enormous amount of pressure. Because I got to tell you, I don't want to be the reason that this place closes down, right? So it occurred to me as, the last 2+ years unfolded with all of the stuff that we were trying, with all of the stuff that we were introducing, all of the different ways that we were opening the doors to community to really, really bring new life into this community. Because even though the community has been here for about 10 years, this is not the original building. The original grounds and buildings were at 1201 Fort Street, and they don't exist in that way anymore. I don't know if it's condos or stores there or something, but it's not there anymore. But the spirit, the energy, the consciousness of this organization still exists. And it has evolved over the years, and yet there's stuff in the consciousness that is still stuck. Right? And so even in the consciousness of this community, there is stuff that we want to be able to let go of. We want to be able to release so that we really can grow, so that we can evolve, so that we can have 60 people here at Elevate on a Wednesday night instead of maybe like 8 to 15, It's been 2 years, and there's been a lot of people who have come through our doors. There is this incredible energy. There is such amazing music. And when people come and pay attention, like everyone here is tonight, it's magic. And this is why we come. We come to experience that magic. We come to be reminded that that magic exists in us. And so no matter how we show up, no matter how tired or cranky or frustrated or irritated or, oh my God, it's pouring rain, I really don't want to go, we show up and then we walk out that door feeling better. We walk out that door feeling uplifted. We feel more connected. We feel like we belong or a part of a community. And that's why we do this, because it's so worth it. And that in and of itself is us signaling safety to ourselves that it's okay to grow. It's okay to be part of something. There is support. There is love. There is encouragement here. And so what a gift and a blessing it is to be part of this community as we grow together. But we got to let go of the stuff that gets in the way of our energy flowing more freely. So David Hawkins also says, the more emotional pressure that is surrendered and let go, the less vulnerable we are to the stress response and stress-related diseases. So as we open ourselves up to feeling safe to expansion, as we expand a bit more and we're no longer as hung up on what is going on in the world and it affecting us, that's when we begin to experience that inner peace that he's talking about. The tranquility, timelessness, completion, blah, 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 contentment, the feeling of oneness, unity, and total freedom. No one is choosing for us. No one can live our life for us. We are the ones who are creating our experience every moment of every day. The lens through which we view the world, through which we receive the world, the thoughts, beliefs, the stories that we tell, that we hang on to. And we get to choose every moment of every day because it's a brand spanking new opportunity every moment. The universe reboots itself every moment, as do we, because we are part and parcel of that universe. So we get to choose something new. And so I'm inviting us all for this month especially, let's choose peace. Let's signal for ourselves, for each other, that it is safe. It is safe to feel the way we do, to show up the way that we show up, to experience whatever we're experiencing so that we can grow. And as we grow, let us let go of all the stuff that has kept us feeling stuck so that we can truly experience inner peace. So the one thing I know today that I didn't know 1 year ago, how vital it is to signal safety in the body, and that safety is what creates opportunity for inner peace. David Hawkins again. With the experience of inner peace comes great strength. An energy field of total peace is unassailable. The person who has found inner peace can no longer be intimidated, controlled, manipulated, or programmed. So my question to you is, for this week and going forward, but for this week specifically, until we meet again next week for the very last Elevate of 2025, what one daily practice are you willing to commit to in order to soften and signal safety to your body so that you can open up to a greater opportunity of experiencing inner peace? Thank you, and so it is. And now I'm going to invite the gentleman back up to the stage for another tune. So, Honey Bunch, maybe you could ask Kelby to come in. Thank you. And then after that, we're going to move into conscious connection, and you guys will be able to chat a little bit with each other to break down and unpack whatever it is that is coming up for you today. Okay? Thank you.
And this one takes a look at peace through the lens of where we find peace. For some of us, that might be in the home. For some of us, as I've been thinking a lot, peace can be a place inside and also outside. So this song has to do with nature and maybe a place, maybe it's not a house, maybe it's a river or a tree or a mossy patch. This song talks about a place called Indiana. It's not Indiana for me, but I hope maybe it speaks to peace for you. Back home again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still shining bright through the sycamore for me. The new mown hay sends all its fragrance from the fields I used to roam. When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, then I long for my Indiana home. Back home again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still shining bright through the sycamore for me. The new mown hay sends all its fragrance from the fields I used to roam. When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, then I long for my Indiana home. again in Indiana, and it feels that I can see the gleaming candlelight still shining bright through the field. I used to roam the new mown hay, sends all its fragrance from the fields I used to roam. When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, then I long for my Indiana, long for my Indiana, long for my Indiana home. I long for my Indiana. Thank you so much. Pablo Cardenas, John Mossie.
Thank you, gentlemen. Lovely as always. Thank you. All right, so now it is time for some conscious connection. So if you want to just hang out with the people in your vicinity and just chat for a few minutes, if this isn't your cup of tea, then there's an interactive table at the back there. You can go for a walk, get some water, a cup of tea or something like that. But we will do this for about 10 minutes, and I will ding the meditation bowl when it's time to come back. Okay? Thank you. All right, everyone, that was the signal to come on back, even though you really don't have to come back to anything. You just need to turn around a little bit. Thank you for participating in those conscious connections through conversation. The You Are Beautiful box is moving and making its way around the room right now, so please feel free to take a little blessing or affirmation in there, a little gift from me to you. And otherwise, Liz, next slide, please. I just want everyone to check in and see how is it that you're feeling right now. Lovely, peaceful, okay, smiling. People, yeah, are like just kind of chill, great. Okay, well, hopefully better than when you walked in. I know I am. I always do, no matter, yes, I got a confirmation. Much better at the back of the room. Thank you, Denise. All right, so however it is that you are feeling, I invite you to open up to the notion that this feeling can be shared, that the spirit of what it is that you're feeling can be shared, and that this spirit, this energy, this amazing awesomeness never, ever, ever runs out. Even when we're feeling crappy, this incredible, amazing love that we are at our core never runs out. So there is always opportunity to be generous of spirit. So if you would like to be generous of spirit in some way, I invite you to do so. If you want to give, please give. You don't have to give here, but give to someone or somewhere where you feel inspired. If you would like to give here, if you would like to donate and support the awesome programming that we have going on here, there are many different ways to do so. And just a reminder that we are a charitable organization, so the more you give, the more VTC can give to and support different organizations in the city. However it is that you wish to be generous right now, I invite us all to place our hands on our hearts and declare this generosity affirmation together. In gratitude I give, in gratitude I receive. By embracing generosity with enthusiasm and delight, I celebrate the infinite possibilities of living life lovingly, and so it is. And so I invite everyone to close your eyes or lower your gaze for just a few more moments as we remain steeped in this incredible spirit of generosity and giving. As we open up our hearts and just allow whatever it is that we want to give to pour forth out into the world. knowing that every single ounce of it goes out into the world to heal and prosper and bless. So knowing that there is so much love within each and every one of us because it's who and what we are, knowing that there is so much love in this room, knowing there is so much love in this community that extends beyond this room out into YouTube land, I am so grateful to know that there is always, always more love to be received, always more love to be given, always more love to be shared, always more love on its way. So for all of the generosity of spirit being experienced right now, I simply say thank you and yes, please to more right here, right now, and always. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. Okay, all right, so we're going to go to our closing song, which is a Kelby MacNayr original, especially written for VTC and the month of peace. So Kelby, take it away.
I'm not really sure you can call it an original. It was more like it just came from all of us. So I hope you'll enjoy singing it. It was really just that it got stuck in my head, and then it seemed like nobody else had written it, so here we go. It's got pretty simple lyrics and hopefully a catchy melody. Please join in whenever you're ready. And if you feel like it, if you really like, hey, Lesia, I think you're closest to the tambourine, so I think that means it's on you. All right. Stem, yeah, I know, just as a, keep the sound happening. Please stand up if you feel like it, or you can sit and dance in your chair. Here we go. 1, 2, E flat pedal now. Yes, I gotta have peace down in my soul. I gotta have peace down in my soul. I gotta have peace down in my soul. Yes, I gotta have peace way down in my soul. Yes, I gotta have peace. Maybe the next slide. Can we get the next slide? Out in my soul. Yes, I gotta have joy down in my soul. Yeah, I gotta have joy down in my soul. Next slide. I have decided to follow peace. I have decided to follow joy. I have decided to follow love. I have decided with all my soul. I have decided to follow peace. I have decided to follow joy. I have decided to follow love. I have decided to follow my soul. Next, here we go. Yeah, I gotta have peace down in my soul. I gotta have love down in my soul. I gotta have love down in my soul. Yes, I gotta have love way down in my soul. Let's hear from a little Pablo Cardenas on the piano. Please feel free to share some blessings. Say hello to your neighbor, have a little dance party. Yes, I gotta have peace. Oh, well, there we go. Hold on, sorry, we went to a little bit of a different slide than I was anticipating, but we're ready. This is the little B section. Maybe you can all help me out with some clapping. Here we go. There we go. I have decided to follow peace. I have decided to follow joy. I have decided to follow love. I have decided with all my soul. I have peace down in my soul. I gotta have peace down in my soul. I gotta have peace down in my soul. Yes, I gotta have peace way down in my soul. All right, Pablo Cardenas, John Mossie.
Kelby MacNayr, the Elevate Trio, the VTC Community Choir in the seats. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, whether you're here in person, online. We love you, we appreciate you, and we're so glad you're here. And we will see you next week for the final Elevate of 2025. Gentlemen. All right, so thank you to Mr. Pablo Cardenas on piano, John Mossie on bass, Kelby MacNayr on drums. Thank you, Denise, for greeting. Thank you, Glenn Sheridan, who's on tech. Thank you to Dax for tuning in online. Thank you to everyone who is here and who's going to help put away the chairs and sign